Hello friends, Team Integrated Homeopathy has presented many lesser known remedies till now to you all. And today again the Team Integrated Homeopathy is coming with not only a lesser known remedy, but a remedy which is really very rare, which has a very minimum data available to us in our Materia Medica or in our literature. So the remedy which we are going to present is Galeosardo cuvier hepar, and this is also commonly known as tiger shark. It is a fish remedy, it is a shark remedy, and it is a large predator remedy. So we are going to explore this remedy through cases, through solved cases. So Dr. Aditi Shah is going to present to us a wonderful, interesting case, and she will explain us her travel, how she reached this remedy. Also, Dr. Nirupama is going to share one very nice case. Dr. Kushala is going to tell us about the themes of the fish remedy, and Dr. Anita will explain the rubrics. So when we integrate all this, we will be able to learn the new remedy, Galeosardo. So I invite Dr. Aditi to share her case. Yes, Aditi.
Okay, thank you, Shobha. And yeah, let's start with the presentation. This is down to screen share. Is my screen visible?
Yes. Yes.
Make it full screen, please.
Yeah. All right, friends. So this is the case of Galeosardo cuvier hepar, which even accidentally, when I have prescribed it for the first time, it was a very new remedy for me. And we will travel together the whole case, and I will give my data further. So this is a case of 45-year-old female. She visited my clinic with the complaints of hypertension and stress, taciturnity, depression, restlessness of the mind, and lot of anger issues. And she's a known case of diabetes since pregnancy. So last 13 years, she had a late pregnancy. And she also complained of severe body ache, extreme weakness since last 5 months. And before and during periods, the complaints used to increase immensely. Yeah. And patient further spoke that I get very tensed. I get lot of vibrations which start in my head. Maximum it is there and then it travels in the body. I get angry suddenly at the smallest matter. I shout, scold, scream, and shriek. This is the patient of 45-year-old talking. It does not get relieved even after sleep or relaxing my mind. Something happens in my head. There is no calmness. I get super angry and I start shivering because of the anger. So I asked her, do you realize at that time that you are behaving like this? Patient, yes, it is uncontrollable. I bang the door. I generally do not throw things, but even yesterday I threw the plastic bowl, though I knew that it is not going to break. My mother-in-law instigates me. She tortures me by doing something which leads to my anger. And then once I am angry, I shout. And that time she feels embarrassed and she tries to close the windows and door of the house. and then that makes me more angry. I feel that now the doors and windows should not be closed. You should have thought of it before making me angry. Now you suffer it. Please try and understand every language of what patient is talking and what age the patient is. How does she torture you? Like, if I am sleeping, then she should not make noise. I get frightened. And yet she will come to ask me stupid, petty things and disturb my sleep. I don't get sleep till 2 or 3 a.m. So I need to sleep till about 10 to 11 a.m. in the morning. Till then, they should not make any noise. Phone should be kept on silent. Now we have to understand the dynamics. This is a small one bedroom flat, and in that she is expecting this from other family members. I have pain in my knees and feet. You won't believe it. If I work for anything related to my business, this leg pain increases. And she smiles. Is it a black magic? Though now, since 1.5 months, I am little better in that, but still the pains are there. Patient. I weigh 125 kg since my pregnancy. Since last 13 years, she is weighing this. I tried a lot to reduce weight through dietitians' advices and acupressures and many other modalities. But I reduced to 90 kg and now I am back. I never followed the diet plan 100% because I knew once I start living back to normal life, my weight will come back. And also I wanted to test her expertise. She was very, very expensive, so I did not continue further. Also, I had to go thrice in a week to her for even acupressure points. Okay, any other complaints? I get breathlessness with certain typical smells. I take inhalers and pumps. Seriously, I don't pay much attention to all these things. Though I do not eat much fried food, I don't even stop it. Otherwise, other attributes of patients, I am very organized, very conscious about the quality and presentation of my cakes. So basically, she is a professional baker. So here she was talking about her work. For me, morning cooked food becomes stale by the evening. And see, this is there since my mother's house. I have always been like this. So I keep utmost care about quality of my cake also. Now she is talking further. I want you to pay attention because these are all the things which from where I have picked up the uh, prescribing points. Here, me, my brother, and my father are very organized, disciplined people. And these people, means my in-laws, are very unorganized and undisciplined type of people. I always tell my husband, plan your tasks properly. I am very strict and I am genius in maths. I am after my son's academics. Though my husband teaches him, but I am after him that whether he is doing his work properly or not. I do not like to waste time. Even with my friends, I don't like pep talks, sweet talks. If I am angry, I tell them off. I don't believe in keeping that goody and respect, etc. Yes, with new people, one has to do all that. Old friends, they should know now that I am like this only. It is not just my responsibility to keep maintaining the relations. This she was talking about friends and other family relations. So I asked her, so what? You leave them and move on? Patient thinks and answers. If they will do something for me once, I will go and do something for them 4 times. But then I stop and I have proper reasons for it. Finally, I feel it is waste of my thoughts. She is petting her vertex with the hand. I want peace of mind. I get ample of me time. Still there is no calmness. These vibrations are on. So this was the interview. It was a long interview. I have given you few important intercepts from the interview. And so following words kept coming: stupid things, faltu means useless, petty, waste of my brain, waste of my energy, waste of my time. I am creative person. I use my brain. Further, patient, now this is about her past history. 10 years ago, I had suffered from typhoid, urine infection around that time only, and I also developed abscess in the right leg due to mosquito bite. And because of that, then it further went into developing severe lymphadenoma like elephantitis, and water started oozing from the whole leg. The dermatologist had to treat for a long period of time since the swelling continued for long. During this time, then my skin started peeling like a paper. Actually, I had to undergo 3 sittings of skin scrubbing. Finally, it started getting cured. Big vesicles like burns developed on the legs and hands, leaving black marks which are still visible. So then I was, and then also then I was going into other complaints, and she said she is getting repeated episodes of severe right ear pain, blocked ears, not relieved by antibiotics. Left ear also is getting blocked now. More than this, what is bothering me is a lot of anxiety and fear regarding this COVID. This patient had come to me during COVID time. My husband's friend was diagnosed positive and he is now in isolation. My husband spent time with him last week. Now my fear is if my husband is detected positive, then he too will have to go to the isolation center. This is about the first phase of the COVID, where the disease was very new and lot of isolation and other measures were exercised very strictly. If I am detected positive, I too will have to get admitted. I'm too attached to my husband, very, very attached. I do not want him to go away from me even the slightest bit. I can't stay without him. And she was weeping and sobbing, actually talking about all these last few lines. Are you scared of COVID? Patient, yes. But more than that, I am scared of isolation. I will be separated from my husband. I cannot bear it. So this weeping, this fear, nervousness, sadness was too peculiar, not fitting in that COVID fear. Patient complained of severe menorrhagia, lot of weakness, uneasiness plus, lot of helplessness, tiredness, leg pains, trembling of the legs, feeling handicapped. My legs are not working, and she's weeping excessively. Nobody cares for me, shouting and weeping. I am very disturbed. Nobody allows me to rest. They just do not seem to understand what I am going through. Okay, so here now I had prescribed the remedy, and this was a very new remedy for me also. And I was just thinking, what should I prescribe, because as I mentioned that this weeping, fear, nervousness, sadness was very prominent and very peculiar, along with all her other complaints. So I was just browsing through repertory and rubrics, and there I came across a very interesting rubric regarding husband, that there is lot of fear for separation from husband, and they cannot live alone. And here the remedy was Galiosardo, and it was a very new remedy for me, and I didn't know anything about this remedy, but this rubric was such that I just could not ignore it, and I never felt that a patient can come like this. So then I started reading about Galiosardo, and then I realized that it's a shark remedy, it's a sea remedy. And then I called for the remedy and I prescribed it. And the follow-up was menses was normal. There was no pain, no discomfort. Even the blood pressure came down for the first time post pregnancy. So after 13 years, her blood pressure also came down. I am feeling very fresh. I am feeling as if I have got a new life. My carpal tunnel syndrome also have come back, which I had suffered around 15 years back, which she had not even mentioned to me before. At that time, I was treated with steroids. And she continued to improve steadily. She is still with me after 5 years. And sometimes she does need Galliosardo doses. But every time after giving her Galliosardo doses, she comes out of her emotional states as well as physical problems. Her ear problems have reduced drastically. Her skin problem has not come back again, and her suppurative tendencies have reduced greatly, and she is improving steadily. And she did pass through certain tragedies of losing father and other one or two tragedies of the life, but every time Galliosardo has helped her tremendously to come out. And her periods have been regularized now. So now she has almost attained menopause, and anger issues have not come back since then. And she is sleeping also much better. So these are the few rubrics which definitely Dr. Anita will take in great detail, and she will make us understand the journey of Galliosardo. And here this rubric, fear alone of being away from partner, single remedy rubric Galliosardo, which had caught my attention, and then I went into the whole remedy in detail and prescribed this remedy. And of course, after prescribing this remedy, we have learned, we have studied it in much detail as a group integrated, and we have interestingly explored the remedy much in detail, and that we will see further in our video. So stay tuned with us. And this is really a very interesting remedy explored in very, very different manners. So this is end of my presentation. And now I am inviting Dr. Nirupama to share another interesting case of this remedy to make this remedy more understandable. Yeah, Nirupama. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditi. So basically, this patient was coming to me since many years. Maybe from kid she was coming. Now she is into mid-20s, and she was complaining of constipation, pain while passing stool, and then ultimately fissures. I was trying some medicines, did not help. Basically, Nux vomica, Platina, this type of medicines I had used. But when Aditi shared this experience, after that I took this case again. Surprisingly, patient came again with the complaints, and then I sat with her, and then the data which came out, actually then case went into sensation also, but then everything I could connect. So my observation up till now was this lady always used to come desperate. If there is any problem, she was always desperate to meet. She never used to wait. And once she enters the cabin, there was continuous crying, loud crying, and uncontrollable. And then she used to say, I'm doing such a great business. Working 24/7. I'm working like 40s, but I'm not paid properly. So she was in a family business in which she has joined recently, and she really developed it well. But then her problem was money, that family is not paying her well. And she said, I'm very good at marketing. I'm extremely ambitious. I can do work like anything. But what I saw, one side, there is a huge capacity to work, make money. But other side, what I observed was there was no control over emotions. There absolutely uncontrolled flowing of the emotions. Then very easy tendency to fight with parents, fight with sibling. Every small thing used to affect her, and then she used to fight with them. Even that problem was there with the friends also. And then this lockdown happened. There was sudden loss in the business, and that time she came with the problems again. And then she said, "Ki, doctor, I'm going through the counseling session. It's really helping me. Before counseling, I was not able to manage myself. But now I can hold everything together. Everything fell into place. Everything is aligned. Everything is in my control. It is stressful, but I collected myself. Huh? But earning is so much important. But see, doctor, uh, I lost so much, but still I survived the loss." So this is how it went on. And she said, "I was always been very ambitious and I know how to make money. I enjoy the process of making money." And then she says, "Sun attracts me, light gives me energy, water gives me cooling effects. Huge water bodies that attract me, its vastness, its limitlessness, the ocean, its deep feeling, all connects to me. I feel like owning a boat, going in the middle of the sea, sitting alone there under the sun and getting connected to this vast universe. So beautiful, so peaceful." So this is how case went on. I just love that feeling in, that I am in the middle of the sun, middle of the ocean, and there is a bright sun. She gets very good sleep, and she gets the dreams of her boyfriend. She gets dream that I'm with him. I'm feeling so happy. I'm so good with him. I'm feeling secure when he is around. So when she said this dream, I just got connected to Aditi's case, and then whatever patient said about the water, ocean, deepness, vastness, sun, everything got connected. And then when I saw my old record, the all the qualities, like she was a child who was extremely attention seeking, always wanted her parents' attention. If not given, she used to get angry. Very strong minded, obstinate girl, but very good at studies, very good performance. She likes friends, but lot of fights with them. Very high dreams. She wants a luxurious life. She wants lot of money. She wants to work hard for that. And there were a lot of fear of dark, ghost, alone. She's extremely meticulous in her work. She achieves well. Lot of leadership qualities where she wants to be always on top. And very good in running, basketball, dance, speech, drama. So a lot of activities and extreme desire to eat good food. And the best food is the seafood, crab, prawns, everything. And non-veg she just loves. So this case was coming to me for so many years with some or the other complaints. But in this case, what I saw, there is uncontrolled emotions. She used to sit quietly outside, but the moment she will enter and the moment any emotional issue is to come, there was uncontrolled cry. There where I came to the water element, uncontrolled emotions. Hmm. And of course, there was not much to explore because this case has gone into sensation. She spoke about ocean, and along with ocean, when I saw the ambitiousness, ambition to make money, ambition to have luxurious things, I directly came here, and the dreams which confirmed the remedy. This dream and Aditi's data of need for partner are so same. And with that, Galliosado 200 was given, and her complaint settled very fast. And this patient also, whenever she comes with any problem, the one dose, it helps. But now, over a period of time, need for medicine has gone down drastically. Previously, she used to come very, very frequently, but after Galiosardo, her frequency has gone down drastically. That is what is my experience with this case. Now I invite Kushala to share the theme of fish.
Hello, friends. So, hearing two cases, now when you hear the themes of fish, you will be easily able to connect that there is a connection in the fish theme and the cases that Dr. Nirupama and Dr. Aditi spoke of. So, Galeosardo cuvier hepar, tiger shark, is from the phylum Chordata, that is, they belong to the vertebrates. And they are chondriictis, that is, they belong into all cartilaginous fishes, in which sharks are there, there is stingrays, and there is chimberis. So they are very predatory, sharks, they are predatory. And they belong to column 1 of the chart, which is aquatic. So it's a aquatic. Column 1 means very early development, womb stage of development. They are happy in their womb. They're just like to be in the womb, in the water, in their own world, in their dreamy state. They like to do their own things, and they do not want to be so much connected to people. But being a vertebrate, maybe they want some connection, but they are really happy in their own bubble. And being early development, they're more connected to the universe. They like their inner journey, their sadhana, their meditation, their spirituality, because that world of where the connection is at higher up is light. There's no burden of the earthly responsibility. So you'll see a lot of cases of autism coming in this because they are dreaming. And due to the water element, you will see that they are very sensitive, very emotional. There is a lot of emotional outbursts. Like in Dr. Nirupama's case, she was crying loudly in front of the physician. I mean, you have no control of your emotion. So when you see things, like, you feel it's got that type of sensitivity of a plant. So if you compare it with a plant chart, they will come early, like the subclass 1 of the plant chart, which also is more womb and more connected with the universe. And they're very naive because their borders are poor, there's easy penetration, everything affects them, and they have no control over their emotions, as well as they're very confused because they're not connected, they're not grounded to the reality. They would rather prefer to go up into the universe and be in that dreamy light state, because of which they're very sensitive to criticism. Anything and any small thing, like in both the cases, small things would infuriate them. Either they will argue because they are sharks, they are predatory, or their best preference is just to shut down, close their ears, and go to sleep or travel into an inner journey, because that is what they want. They want that peace and balance. And if you compare the same issues with a mineral chart, they will be more towards the noble gases. That is the column 18, which has finished a cycle, and now they are going into a monk like state, which is very contented, very satisfied, the meditative state. So they like the other world because the other world is calm, peaceful, light. The real world is burdensome because there's a burden of responsibility which they can't cope because they are not strong enough in that sense to be able to, face difficulties. They have a primitive brain. The brain is being primitive, everything stresses them, and they go into a depression. They shut down totally, or they go to sleep. So any stress which the brain cannot cope up, it'll get blank, and they get a lot of cognitive difficulties, like, difficulty in reading, mistakes in writing, concentration difficulties, difficulties in communication. So because it's too heavy for the brain to assimilate all this. Otherwise, in their healthy state, if there is no difficulties, no stressors, they are cognitively that way. They are very good. They can remember events for a long period of time, and they are, social, very fast learners. They learn fast from human being because they are very silent observers. But if a stress comes, they will freeze, they'll get into a syncope, catalepsy, vasovagal attacks, they'll faint, they'll shut down. Fishes love to live in group, but in spite of group, their connectivity is poor. They have connectivity, but not as much as the mammals and birds have. and they operate by instinct. Their gut instinct is very strong. They don't want to rationalize things or reason out things, or use a lot of logic. No, that much the brain is not meant for that much of thinking. And their consciousness is very evolved, because of which they feel the pain, so they know how to avoid all the angler hooks that are thrown. Or they, because their consciousness is so evolved, they can show a lot of emotions of fear by the freezing or changing colors or becoming big, or they can show a lot of love by vibrating, or they can show their happiness by leaping. So that way, there are a lot of things which is emotionally the fishes can express. And they are fast learners also. They have a dominance in hierarchy, because of which they're very good at business. In both the cases, the patients were businessmen and doing very good business. Like fish pedicure is also a very, booming business, and fishes themselves do a lot of fish pedicure even among themselves. And in that also has a hierarchy as who will do and who are their clients. They are people who are very peaceful. They would rather choose peace instead of conflict. So, what they will do if they find that among themselves there is some conflict, they would rather use tactics like, making big sounds or making themselves look big, so that, the other fishes get scared of them, but they will not actually get into an active combat, because that's not what they want. They want that peace, that calmness, that just, shut down, don't disturb me. I would rather sit and stare at the sky, which was there in Nirupama's case, be in the open air, just lie down, have my freedom, and nobody should disturb me. And I don't want to be disturbed by that one, anyone. This is what they really desire. The main issues in fishes is to do with fertilization. So you have a lot of dreams of pregnancy, dreams of travel. And in both the cases, there's that, partner's arms want to be, not to be left out by partner, because they have that great desire to love and to be loved by somebody. So, it's about a great love. I mean, something which is very great, because they are in their dreamy world. So everything is in a fantasy for them, because the reality is something, even in sexuality, it's a lascivious fantasy of sexuality, but in reality, their libido is very poor. And they love nature, they love water, ocean, the feel of water, they love to swim, they love animals. So you'll see a lot of such things, because anything to do with nature and open is something which they want, because home is for them an imprisonment. They are very naive, because they are early in development, naive, childless. Like in both the cases, we found that what kind of a reaction of an elderly person? It's more, childish sort of. For them, they choose their peace instead of allowing somebody to control you. They have changed their moods. They are very thirsty, very angry all the time, nibbling. They love to sleep. Tiger shark, when it comes to specifically, is a very angry type. He cannot control. He's intolerant. And he has a fear of being injured and attacked. So he'd rather show his angry side so that people are scared of him, because they are intolerant, because their borders being poor, they cannot protect themselves, their inner world. So they would rather be critical, rude, offensive, so that others are kept away. They are capricious and they have a changed behavior. They crave for peace and harmony, but actually they themselves show themselves as very arguing type and very violent, which is a type of reaction to safeguard their inner, their inner peace, or their inner world, or their inner border. So these are some of the fish themes which I could gather, and I think somewhere we can relate it with both the cases. So now I will leave to Anita to share her rubrics.
Hello, friends. Kushala has explained fish group in great details. So now we will try to see the rubrics and correlate it with the theme as well as the cases, both the cases. I'll share my screen. So this is tiger shark. So what is common between tiger and shark? Apart from these stripes, their strategy of hunting, like coming silently and attacking. So they say that if you want to save yourself from shark, look into its eyes. They generally don't do direct attack. They will only attack when they think that nobody is watching them, and they will suddenly attack. So this strategy is very much common in tiger and shark. So this is Galliosardo cuvier hipar. Now, if we see the personality of this remedy, their awareness is very much heightened. It's not just the overall body awareness, but it is conscious of having a nose. Now, what does nose represent? Meri naak kata di. So, naak, nose is somewhere connected with your self-image, with your ego and self-esteem. So, in first case, Aditi's case, you saw how, she was talking about herself, that what type of discipline we follow, and these in-laws people are very disorganized and very useless people, and she is so dictatorial that she wants everybody to sit quietly till she sleeps late till late. So this is the demand they put up on the environment. They are otherwise cheerful, content. Again, this delusion mice sees and delusion insect sees also shows their haughtiness or pride or ego. उनके सामने सब कीड़े मकोड़े हैं. Delusion pregnant she's. What is pregnant? Pregnant is creative, full of meaning, full of something. So they feel that they are something. Dictatorial and love of power. Being predator and animal, they have this, strength or power. Then there is physical exertion desire for them. So these are very active people. Everybody must hurry. They are very impatient, like Aditi's case also. She is very impatient. She doesn't like to waste time. She doesn't like anybody wasting her time, wasting her energy. And they like to live near a lake or some water body. Then again, way Kushala explained that basically they need peace. They want meditating. So this peace is also there, like meditating is there, then being one's observer. So they observe from distance, and they also get pleasure in during wakefulness at night. What is wakefulness? When your senses are alive or when you are aware of something. So when they have this awareness, they feel the pleasure. So on one side you get the spirituality, and on other side you get lot of fire element. They also have this objective reasonable or occupation ameliorates also comes for the restlessness and the activity they need all the time to keep themselves occupied. Now, if we see the fire element, there are two things. Fire, pushes you to work harder. It is like a fuel to your ambition. And on other side, it represents the anger. So if you see in Aditi's case also, there was a lot of anger. In Nirupama's case also, she fights a lot with her siblings, with her family, with her parents. So there is a lot of anger in this remedy. Anger, now these are single remedy, lot of single remedy rubrics of anger. Anger from crying of a cat. Anger from cat mewing. So lot of rubrics of cat. Now I try to understand what is the relation between cat and this shark. So generally on seeing shark or on smelling fish, cat gets the hunting instinct. So shark is also a predator, and felons are also the predator. Now tiger is also felon. So there is some connection. So equally powerful persons they cannot tolerate, or persons who come in their territory they can't tolerate. Like in Aditi's case, mother-in-law. So she gets very angry and tortured by her mother-in-law, and she feels so angry on her that you open the windows. Now, once you have instigated me, why are you shutting the windows? Why are you shutting the door? You should have thought before making me angry. So this type of reaction they throw. Anger children in. anger, others are wasting time. So they don't like to waste their time or energy. Like this is also the rubric delusion, as if someone pulled a plug on my energy. So somebody is draining my energy. Someone has switched off my energy. So this type of rubric also, there is a lot of anger because of others. Then this anger is expressed as answering snappishly, being censorious. Then they also have delusion about to receive injury because they are very, very vulnerable and sensitive, being from first subclass. So they also feel under the control of strangers or aliens. They see dark haired women with dripping black teeth. So something, frightening. They're discontented with surroundings, like the first patient and second patient, both were very discontented. Second case was very discontented because she was not being paid enough. She was worth much more. And first patient was also discontented because people were not behaving according to what she wants. They are fearless. They are very strong people. Impatience with others, intolerance to cats. So anybody who comes close to them in their, territory, they can't tolerate them. Irritability when working, resentment, threatening to destroy. All this talks of, fire element and anger, throwing things around out of window. Now this lady also threw the, plastic bowl, throwing things around out of window. Cat, they like person who is, irritating them, they can throw that person also out from the window. See, this is the relation between cat and shark. So there is some strange attraction, scent and sight, which relates to the senses of scent and sight. A cat's strong sense of smell makes the pungent aroma of fish appealing. So cat gets attracted to fish. You must have seen wherever there are fish markets, there are a lot of cats. So they are attracted by that pungent aroma of fish, and movement of fish triggers natural hunting instincts in the cat. So the combination of scent and motion makes fish a compelling prey stimulus for cats. So it arouses hunting spirit in the cat. So both are like instigating each other. Now if we see, being a aquatic animal and being very early in development, senses and awareness are very much heightened. So awareness heightened of body, awareness heightened of heart beating. When does your heart beat? It is because of the strong emotions. So awareness is very much increased whenever there are emotions and the emotions are affecting their heart. There is also this consciousness of having a nose, that means the ego. So that makes them very much sensitive to criticism and sensitive to behavior of others. Then also there is that connect with spirituality. So they feel delusion, someone else saw or spoke outside, out of her body, like an observer. Talk seems distant. Then they feel they are talking, someone is talking in an echo chamber, because in ocean when you talk, the sound gets echoed. Then the energy plug on my energy, as if someone is draining me of my energy. She is under the control of aliens. Then can hear the hum of time. They are so sensitive. That is why there are a lot of vibrations and a lot of extrasensory sensations. They have these sensations. Being an observer of oneself. Again, it connects to the spirituality. Hears time. And time passes too slowly and appears longer. They don't even believe the clock. So they have their own understanding. Clock is something which shows you time, but they don't even believe that time because they trust their own perception more. Then, like when the senses are lost, when they get confused, frightened, like Kushala explained, when they freeze, because their intellectual development is not that high. So, under the influence of fear and anxiety, they freeze. So, that means there is, absent minded driving while concentration difficult while playing piano. Now, piano playing is instinctual. Generally, who learn piano, they can play it automatically. They don't have to read the notes also sometimes. But there also, for them, it is very difficult to concentrate. Confusion of mind, identity as to his confusion of mind, knows not where he is. Darkness aggravates. Delusion, brain, there is a fog in brain. Delusion, they are in the middle of the ocean, not knowing what direction to swim. So they are disoriented. Then there is dullness, which is ameliorated walking in open air. So they like the outdoor activities more. Fear, losing of control to the ocean. Ocean is the world where they live. So they have this, fear of losing control on their world. Fear of being unable to reach his destination. Then there is a lot of mental insecurity, but they try to hide it. Now, this is a peculiarity of sea animals, that they have this secretive nature, hiding nature. They don't want to come in limelight. So they are generally, hiding. They feel very comfortable in their own ocean. They don't like to come out. Memory weakness for music, what song he was playing on piano. I said that it is instinctive, but still they forget it. Now, if we see the emotional dependence of these people, because they are not very well developed and early subclass, so they have a lot of anxiety about one's own health, fear of separation, which was very much there in Aditi's case, and in Nirupama's case, it was at subconscious level where she felt secure with the partner in the boat. So this is like that, fear of separation from partner, then fear of walking in the dark. There is homesickness with inclination to weep. So they can't leave their home. They are very much in their comfort zone there. Mental insecurity, but is hiding it. Thoughts persistent about sexual desire. Being an animal, sexual desire is high. Timidity, talking about sexual desire. Now, because of this hiding nature and secretive nature, they are not very comfortable talking about their inner conflicts or inner very personal things. Then there is fear of being away from the partner, forsaken feeling, and hiding oneself. All this talk of her emotionally dependent nature of insecure, being very insecure, and their need of a partner. Partner can be husband, partner can be someone who gives them support. It can be boyfriend also, it can be any other friend also. Now, if we see the dreams, it's subconscious of this remedy is very, very rich in dreams. So there is, dream of being beaten. Like Aditi's case, she described, mother-in-law is torturing her. So they feel beaten by the surroundings. They have dreams of having been betrayed. Then there is dream of anxiety, was not prepared, anxiety about their performance, about educating children. Now, this lady is also very particular about the studies of her child. So, though husband takes the studies, but she is also after them, Living in commune. What is commune? Commune is something, it's a community living, but not with your own family members or relatives. It is like you are living with other people for some purpose. Like we had this, quarantine, where people were quarantined together. All the people who were positive are put together. So they don't like being in commune. They feel very insecure. So they want to be in home. They feel homesick. So living in commune becomes a stressor for them. Dreams of being criticized. Dreams daughter is criminal. I couldn't find any reason for this. Then dreams decadent being. Now, what is decadent? Decadent is wasteful expenditure or being extravagant about something. We hear of decadent desserts or cakes which are too expensive, which are very, very, specialized. Like Aditi's patient, she's a home baker, so she prepares all very beautiful cakes. So, decadent is overindulgence or extravagance. Like in Nirupama's case, we saw that she wanted some luxurious things. She was very materialistic, lot of money and lot of, luxuries. So this is the decadent being. Then dreams of dowsers. Dowsers are those people who carry a rod and try to find where there is, underground water. Whenever you have to dig a bore well, you call those people and they try to hear the vibration of that water and they can make out where the underground water is there. So they dream of dowsers because dowsers will find them out, because they want to be secretive and they want to hide, but dowsers will find them out. Then there is embarrassment. They can't remember names because they can't remember names. Then flagpoles. Flagpoles are poles on which flag is put. So it is indicative of something, you are a leader or something. Then hammering on a woman, on finger of a woman, it is like a torture. If you hit somebody on finger with hammer, it is like a, torture. When they used to torture in cell also, they used to hammer on the nails. Then homosexuality. Someone announces that she is a homosexual. That means someone is revealing their secret or a personal information. Then trying to find their biological mother. So there is always a search for their roots. And they are very sensitive to discrimination against women, like Asterias or even Sepia for that matter. Most of the C remedies are like women remedies. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation. Sharks are very, we use this word shark for the business sharks because they have this, lot of intelligence of making strategies and how to get success in their business. So shark mentality is very, accurate in business acumen and also manipulative, deceitful to get success in business. And also one interesting fact about sharks is they can survive in adverse circumstances and they can eat anything to survive.
Anything and
Anything and
any
everything.
amount. Anything and any amount. Anytime they can eat.
Yes. That is why they are obese. Like Aditi's case was 120 kg. So this is all about sharks. Thank you. Please share and subscribe and comment on YouTube. And we will keep presenting such remedies and based on true cases, successful cases. Thank you so much.